following up on John's question about the Giants, they're up to a faster start. The Eagles, the Cowboys, they've kind of all been rebuilding too the last couple of years, and it seems like they're farther ahead. Why do you think the teams in the division are farther ahead at this point?
Quarterback.
So anyway, I do have two questions for you real quick, though, about the first one is just going to be about the Ron Rivera comments after the game. Did you see what he said about why they're behind in the NFC East?
Yes. And I also saw what he fully said, which was because he mentioned the core. It was...
Okay.
Go ahead.
I didn't hear what he fully said. I just saw the one thing. So I'll explain real quick, though. They asked Ron Rivera specifically because the rest of the NFC East, Eagles are 5-0, Giants and Cowboys both 4-1, so all doing very well. They asked him why he's behind the rest of the NFC East because Washington is 1-4. Can you explain what he fully said?
Well, at first, yeah. So you go first. He basically started by saying because of the quarterback. Basically, that's not the exact quote. And then he did go and start praise Carson. Carson's done great things. We've had some opportunities. I don't remember the rest of the jargon. Basically, you kind of like walked that back. I think he probably realized what he said. But yeah, my thoughts on it are. You and I talk about it a lot. I'm not sure we talk about it a lot on the podcast, but wins are not a quarterback stat. And let's be honest, do you think they would have done any better with Taylor Heineke there? They may not have had as many mistakes. Yes, there may not, maybe one or two less interceptions or fumbles. But like we saw in this game, I don't think he's hitting Diami Brown for 2 touchdowns. There's a give and take with Carson Wentz. And I just don't think it's fair to scapegoat him. I like Ron Rivera as a coach, and I think he's probably the best choice for that culture, considering what the heck is going on in Washington. I don't like that he basically scapegoated Carson Wentz, because it's not all on Carson Wentz. Defense hasn't been great. Offensive line hasn't been good. I don't know. Take a little bit of self-accountability there, Ron Rivera, in my opinion. Yes, Wentz is part of the reason, but don't make him the full reason. It's just too easy to throw him out there, because that's what the Colts have done. That's what the Eagles have done. It just seemed like the easy way out, in my opinion, the easy scapegoat. So I didn't like it very much. But what about you?
Yeah, I thought it was honestly, just going to be honest, I thought it was a stupid comment. Because in your own division, just to be honest, Carson Wentz is better than Cooper Rush, and he's better than Daniel Jones. I fully believe that. There's no shot that I think that Carson Wentz in those exact same scenarios would not be doing the exact same as Daniel Jones, at minimum, the exact same as Cooper Rush and Daniel Jones. So I just thought the fact that he starts with quarterback, I thought that was a really dumb comment, and he walked it back later and apologized and whatever. But I just truly don't buy that. I just think there's so many other pieces of your team. And I think I'm a little fired up because we just saw Carson Wentz be the scapegoat in Indianapolis, and now all of a sudden they're trying to do it again. He's 5th in the NFL in passing yards. I think he's, let me sort real quick. He is tied for 6th in passing touchdowns. Yeah, he has 6 picks, but that's not the NFL lead. It's near the NFL lead. Okay, he's tied for 3rd in interception. Actually, he is just 3rd. So he's 3rd in the NFL in interceptions. But even then, like we talked about last week against the Cowboys, he's under duress the entire time. The offensive line has not been impressive. They almost have no run game outside of week 1. I think it's kind of unfair for Carson Wentz to all of a sudden become the scapegoat here, when I truly think that against the Titans, he was their best player.
Yeah, and so everyone wants to bring up the last interception, at the goal line, 3rd and goal, and I just think once again not like Tennessee did him any favors the first few plays. Literally it was all passes, and I know they didn't have any timeouts, but they were just putting guys in there's just no creativity at the end for Washington didn't really do them any favors of play calling. They just kind of just went with their usual bread and butter, which a smart team like Tennessee, especially Mike Vrabel, he probably knew, okay, let's just, cover this. They do love this concept, in short situations, boom. They're obviously all over it if you look back at those plays. And yeah, like you said, Wentz has not been able to have much time in the pocket anyway, and not much of a run game on top of that. And Washington defense hasn't been good. I know they're missing Chase Young, but this was probably their best performance as a defense, I would say. And that's not saying much because it's Tennessee. And, we know they're missing pieces. So Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing just kind of bothered me that he would instantly throw Carson Wentz under the bus, because I truly just don't believe that he is actually the root of their problems. Also, like you just said, they're first down inside the 5. There's no reason that Carson Wentz should get blamed for them not scoring there. Sure, he wasn't amazing in that moment, but like, you could have ran the ball. You could have punched it in. I don't know.
Well, they didn't have any timeouts, but I hear what you mean. Like, they could have tried. Like, if there was
other opportunities.
Yeah, I will say on first down, that was your opportunity to run the ball, maybe spike, or maybe you run the ball and you say, okay, here's our play. We're just gonna line up and throw a quick throw, and then maybe we have 8 seconds, or 6 seconds, but we still have time for 2 plays. So, anyways.